Hello and welcome to my channel. One of my favorite cartoons has got to be Thundarr the Barbarian. And a while ago, gosh, it's been not quite a year, but pretty close, I worked on this pair of customs right here, and I was really happy with the way that they turned out. I just thought they were pretty much spot on because of the head sculpts and the outfits I was able to find online. I really like Ookla and his bow. But if you remember the cartoon series, there were three main characters. There wasn't just Thundarr and Ookla, but there was also Ariel the sorceress. And I managed to pick up a head online over on Etsy at Trucker Doug's Toy Box. And I'm really excited about adding her to my collection. Look at that. Beautiful head sculpt. So what I have planned today is to go ahead and paint this Ariel. It's going to be tough because, female heads are always tough, even if they're cartoon, right? I'm going to paint this head, and I'm going to come up with well, I didn't come up with the outfit. I just found this outfit online so that I can add her to my trio here, so we can go off and we can bust some mutant skulls and kick some sorcerer behind. So I hope you stay with us. It should be fun. If you like Thundarr the Barbarian, might be interesting too. So, when looking for a body for my Ariel, I wanted something that had a lot of articulation. I want to be able to pose Ariel in a lot of different dramatic poses. Maybe casting spells or, engaging in combat. So, I looked to the classic TV Toys Yvonne body, and it has multiple articulation points. For example, let me take it off the stand. We've got one here with a foot that goes up and down. Two, if you rotate it. Three at the bottom knee. Four at the top knee, so you can really get a good articulation for the knee. So that's four. I've got the hip. Five. I've got the torso. Not only does it go side to side, but it goes up down. So that's two more. That's seven. I've got the shoulder. Now the shoulder rotates. 8. And it also lifts. 9. I've got a spinning bicep. 10. I've got the elbow joint. 11. I've got the wrist. 12. And then I've got a head articulation too. So that's over 13 points of unique articulation. And so the Yvonne body is going to be perfect for my Ariel. So now that I have the perfect body, I'm going to go ahead and start painting that head. All right, I'm going to begin my painting by adding a dark base for the flesh. I'm going to be using something called Bugman's Glow. If you remember, Ariel's skin tone was very dark. Now I'm going to have to lighten it up again because I want it to match the body a little bit better. So I will have to lighten it up a bit, but I am going to start with a dark base coat. I'm going to try to stay away from that little emblem right there, that little medallion. And I'm going to push back all the way to the hairline. I mean, the lines are pretty well established. I don't think it's going to be too difficult at all to get this figure painted. So I don't think it's going to take a lot of time. Which is good if you bought the entire set. Say you got the Thundarr, you got the Ookla, and you got the Ariel. You don't want to spend a lot of time painting these. You want to get to kind of playing with them, right? So that's a good thing. So almost done with that base coat. Make sure you get underneath the face too, the chin. Okay, it looks like that part is done. Cool. Now, I'm going to go ahead and paint this little medallion white, because it's going to be the base for whatever color I use, whether it's going to be a gold, a blue. I haven't decided on the color yet. I may go with a traditional color from the cartoon, or I may change it up. So, but I do want it to be a lighter color and to pop, so I'm going to paint this white. So I can get that good base to paint on. And it looks like I got a little bit into the flesh color there. I can go back and touch that up. But that's kind of like what I'm looking at for that piece right there. And now the hair. The hair is just going to be my... Oh, this was a white scar, by the way. It's a very bright white. I'm going to be using Abaddon Black for the hair. Oh. Yeah, let me see if I can get that off. I'm going to use a clean brush, wet it, and just kind of... Looks like I'm going to have to go back and do that. So, you know what? Let me use a thinner brush for the places near the head. I mean, to the next to the hair. And the bigger brush for the broader areas. You can see this Abaddon Black is a very dark color. Yeah, maybe I should have painted that little medallion after this, but you know, kind of forces me to keep away from it too, so. Okay, I think I'm safe to use the larger brush now. Then I'm simply going to let it dry. Yeah, let me take this off. You know, I was trying to enlarge the hole there so that I could get my outfit in, and I ended up breaking it. It's not going to show once I got everything together, I think, though. So, and I might have to do a couple of coats on this hair because I'm not using a primer. But you know what, the Citadel paint usually adheres pretty well, so I think I just need to get a good coat down on it. I think this is going to be my first coat anyway, so I'll come back and I'll paint the bottom where my fingers are. Let me get as much as I can. As you can see, nothing too fancy yet. Let me see if I can get this back in the stand. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need a second coat. I think that's gonna be good. Oops. I think that's where I'm gonna go ahead and stop. It's not really holding on. I'll wait for it to dry and I'll come back and I'll paint that part. So those are the base colors. That's what I'm working with right now, and then we'll come back and we'll add some more detail and kind of lighten it up a bit. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my next lightest color for the flesh, and that's Layer Cadian Flesh Tone, and I'm going to get a dry brush here, and I'm going to apply this paint. So I'm just going to try to remove as much as I can from the brush. And I'm just going to dry brush the face. Now, if you get some on the hair, you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to touch up. You know, that's definitely a possibility here. And then on that little medallion, I may get some on there as well. But remember, I'm just using that medallion just to kind of like lighten things up. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to get a little depth in the face. And I think that'll do it for my dry brush. You can already see that that's added a little dimension to it. Now her skin tone is a little dark, even for Ariel. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to add another lighter tone to that. Where's that? What is that right there? Something on her cheek. And then I'm going to add another lighter tone to that, and once I build on that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do her eyes, eyebrows, lips, and that little medallion in her head, and I think she's going to be done. Okay, the last color in my flesh layering is going to be this thing called Kislev Flesh. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take my brush, remove as much paint as I can. I'm just going to do a dry brush on it. And I'm just going to dry brush the highlighted areas. The forehead, the cheeks, the chin, the nose. And you can see how that looks. It's giving you that depth. I still have that darker color in those recessed areas, but I've highlighted the rest of the face. So once that's done, I'm going to come back and I'm going to paint the eyes and the eyebrows, the lips. Just trying to make sure it's consistent with the highlighted areas. I don't want to go too deep, but as you can see, I haven't. It's if you use a good dry brush where you're wiping off like 95% of the paint, you'll be able to achieve that. So, okay, gonna let that dry. It looks like I'm gonna have to do a little bit of touch up there. I might as well do that touch up, and then I'll attack the details. Yeah, the touch up's only gonna be done on the areas that you kind of hit with the dry brush. I might need a smaller brush for those areas. As you can see, I'm just going through and taking care of those dry brushed portions right here, where the dry brush got into the hair. Okay, and that's how you're going to be doing the cleanup. I think we finally arrived at the least favorite part of my painting exercise, which is the eyes. I'm going to use my smallest brush, and I'm simply going to block them out using my black, my Abaddon black. And I'm going to paint the inside of the eye, coming down to the lid. And if you remember Ariel, she had, I don't know if it was makeup or what, but she had a little twist to her eye right there. I don't know if you can see it. And so I'm going to make sure that I have that there. Same thing over here. I'm going to try to match them. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to give it a little wisp up, like that. Well, I like that one better. So I'm darkening this eye a little bit more on the top lid. I may have gone too much. Yep. Let me go ahead and try to clean that off. Get a bigger brush. Let's see. This won't work. And you can see I'm just going over the lid that I just painted, trying to clean that up. And anything I miss, I can always go back and I can use that paint to cover it up. I really like that left-facing eye, so I'm going to try to recreate that. Maybe I need to go a little bolder over here. Yeah, this eye just looks so good. I'm gonna ruin it, I can tell. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use my paint to touch that eye up. I'll do that in a second. Let me take care of the brows. These should be simple, they're raised, so all I have to do is just push my brush against them and not create any additional paint path. Just use the raised portion. I should be okay. And again, anything you get on the face, you can kind of touch up later. And you're just painting the raised portions. That may require a little touch up. All right, so got that done. Let me go ahead and get her lips. For the lips, I'm going to be going with the Layer Evil Sun Scarlet, also by Citadel. Because if you remember, her lips were like bright red. And I'm just going to take my brush and kind of push in between them. I'm going to try to get that bow. Make that bottom lip a little pouty. Not looking bad. Okay, and then finally the medallion in her head. I'm going to be painting that with a Layer Flash Gets Yellow. And then I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to come back and do the whites of her eyes and kind of do some touch-up, because I can see some places where I need to cover. And this is where painting that medallion white is going to be helpful, because it's going to allow the yellow paint to kind of pop so it kind of retains its brightness. Alright, I can see I need to do some cleanup on that as well. But that's the basic head. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the eyes. Or maybe do the cleanup first. Okay, for my white, I'm going to use my white scar. And then, you know, I'm doing the white first because if I mess up, I can always go back and I can do my touch-up. Because I am going to do my touch-up. So I just want to get a dab of the white. You know what, let me switch brushes. I think this one's done. I'm just going to take it, my tip, and I'm just going to push it into the eye. And I want to maintain the darkness, the black. So I'm going to try to be very, very careful with this. Same thing over here. Because if you remember, she had a lot of black in her eye. Okay, I think that's looking good. Gotta make sure they're even. I think that's pretty good. All right, now I'm going to do my touch-up. This paint right here is that lightest flesh tone that I use, that layered Kislev flesh. And I'm just going to straighten out the eyebrow here. Get rid of a little bit of it. And then I got a little bit crazy over here. I'm going to straighten out the eye. I'm going to make this a little bit more pronounced. This one's not so bad. See what that did? Okay. Then I'm now going to try the blacks of her eyes. Again, using the Abaddon black. And I'm going to try to get it right in the center. And I'm going to start at the top and push down. I'm not happy with this eye. I think I can touch it up with a little bit of white paint though. But not too bad. And now a little black wash. Oh, you know what? I don't think she had this in the cartoon, but I'm going to add a little blue eyeshadow. This right here is a Drakenhof blue. Let me see, what's it called? It's called the Drakenhof Nightshade. It's a shade, and I'm going to dilute this And I'm going to go above her eye. Just a little bit of shade. Nothing crazy. You can see how that kind of softens the eyes a little bit. And then I had a black wash. Let me grab my black wash because I'm going to use it to define the little medallion there. All right, I found it. It's called Nolan's Oil. And this Nolan's Oil I'm going to use around that medallion in her forehead. Because you can see I went into the hair here. Looks like it's going to be more than that. Looks like I'm going to have to paint it because I went too far into the hair with that white paint. Not bad. Let me get that wash here. Oops. Looks like I made it worse. If I can't get it out, I have to go back and touch it up with my my flesh tone. Let me try to blend it so it looks a little more natural. Let me see about that eye. I think I just need like a pinprick. And remember, her eyes were really dark and almost soulless. So I'm not going to add any white fleck. But you see that side right here? It looks like I went a little too far over with the black. So I'm just going to fix that. Go up a little bit more with that little curl on her eye on the other side. I think trying to get these to match is going to be hard. That one looks good. Let me see if I can get this to curl up a little bit. Oh, that's exactly what I want right there. All right. I think it's time to go ahead and cover her in that matte clear enamel and get her dressed. You know, here's the outfit that I've chosen from Ariel. Initially, I wanted to do the Amigo dark skin body, but when I saw the Yvonne body, I just thought it had more possibilities for heroic poses. So I decided to choose that. You'll also see the proportions are a little bit larger in scale as well. But you know what? Say you can't pick up this outfit. I got it from, it was eBay, Be Lighter, or I don't remember. I'll post a link to his eBay page because he puts these out every once in a while. Maybe you can even request one from him. But this seems to fit, this outfit seems to fit this bigger body a little bit better. Now, if you can't get this body, Classic TV Toys makes this a torso jumpsuit. and that would work. I was thinking about using my Cricut to add the accents like they've been added here, but you know, didn't have to do any of that. Found this really cool outfit online. Initially, I thought I'd go with these bracers, but I decided that I should just get these gloves and then just snip them at the wrist and use them as gauntlets. You can see that looks a lot slimmer. It's a lot cleaner design. So that's what I chose to go with as far as the bodies go. I sure do wish that Classic TV Toys would make their Yvonne body in a little darker skin tone. You know, that would be perfect. You know, I would have to adjust the color of my head, but this is initially the color that I was going for. And if you remember, Ariel was a little darker skinned, so this body would have been really spot on as far as accuracy goes, but just, I don't know, it just lacks a lot of the articulation. It's hard to hold a pose. You know, I love Migos and their female bodies are fine, you know, but for what I was looking for, I just wanted something a little bit more dynamic, I guess. So I've got my head painted, it's protected. Let me go ahead and get it on Ariel and we'll take a look at it. You can see now why I wanted to have that articulation. This steed right here was presented to me by a fellow customizer, Bill. He's always doing some fun stuff, and he's on Facebook, and he'll post his recipes and his progress. And I just thought this was just fabulous. He did it for my Ookla, but you know, I just wanted to show it off. I think it's really special. Look at that. He added little jewels for the eyes and hand sculpted the mane and horn. Also beefed up the texture. Just really cool. I picked up that light off of eBay. It's a micro LED. Let me see if I can zoom in. It's a micro LED globe, and it just looks pretty. It looks magical there, doesn't it? I think Ariel came out really well. I'm happy with that outfit. I'm glad I was able to get it from eBay. Like I said, just check with the seller. I'll have it in the links below so you can get your own copy. But I'm ready for Ariel to have her adventures with Thundarr and Ookla. Neat. I really like these Yvonne bodies. They just have a lot of possibility for customizing. I'm going to do some more kind of like action figures, female action figures, and I picked up a couple extra bodies. So I would suggest you know, if you're into customizing and you're doing a female figure, you know, unless you have a couple of the Migo bodies lying around, give the FTC Yvonne body a try. Boy, it looks good. You know, I was looking online and they have a dark skin one, but I thought it was just a little too dark. So I don't know, I might try that and then maybe just like kind of blend in the face. I don't know, she looks great the way she is. I think I'm pretty happy with her. She's not as authentic as I would like her to be, but she still looks great. Well, until next time, you guys stay safe, be cool, have fun customizing. I know I am. Wow, until next time, thank you, Bill, for the steed. See ya.